I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
Hi everyone, Sean Wist here with JoBlo.com, and in this video we're going to completely break down everything in the brand new extended Red Band trailer for Logan. We're going over the characters, the story, and even a little bit of speculation to get you ready for what Hugh Jackman's calling his final performance as Wolverine. Now first off, Logan takes place in the year 2029. The reason for this, as director James Mangold has stated, is so that he could have more creative control with the story and its characters. The latest point in the X-Men timeline so far was the Days of Future Past epilogue, which took place in the year 2023. Placing Logan 6 years ahead ensured that there was no existing entanglements for the filmmakers to get caught up in. There's more room for the characters to grow and change they have. We'll get to that in a minute. So let's kick off this trailer and see the introduction of one of the most central figures of the film, X-23. And before you think it, no, that is not Aaron Taylor Johnson's Quicksilver.
Hello? You know you gotta pay for that, right? Hey, come on.
Not okay.
Right off the bat, we get the vibe that we're in for a road trip movie, featuring one of the baddest superheroes to grace the silver screen, Wolverine, and this young girl. Known as Laura Kinney, or X-23, she's actually a clone daughter of Wolverine. She has the same regenerative healing factor, speed, and reflexes that her father once had. She even has retractable adamantium-coated bone claws in her hands and her feet. We're also introduced to an aged Professor X, once again portrayed by Patrick Stewart. He's definitely looked better. Here we can see that there are X-Men comics in this universe. Logan comments that maybe a quarter of it happened. It's actually a pretty smart creative decision to include what looks like the classic comics in this universe. Not only does it help fans of the original stories to differentiate the films from their comic counterparts, but it also immediately grounds this story in a world that feels more real than previous X-Men flicks. Immediately after, we see Logan cleaning off his claws. This simple act and the way he reacts to it tells us that we're in for a very different Logan. He's old, beaten, and not as spry as he once was. Given the scars on his face and the fact that he's battered for the bulk of this trailer, we can also see that his regenerative capabilities aren't what they once were either.
Logan. I don't want to talk about it. Logan. Just stop.
The first sign of trouble comes in the form of Donald Pierce, played by Boyd Holbrook. In the comics, Pierce is a half-man, half-cyborg and absolutely hates mutants. He's been sent to retrieve X-23, and to help him carry out this task is a team of criminal cyborgs known as Reavers. Obviously, X-23 isn't going to go quietly, and from the 40-minute preview we've seen of the film, 23 possesses the finesse and abilities of a prepubescent Black Widow, albeit with claws.
No. No. No.
Fuck.
That is the lovely sound of Logan dropping an F-bomb, which I assure you is one of many. Logan, the Professor, and Laura seem to narrowly escape the Reavers, at which point Xavier alludes to who she actually is.
She's like you. Very much like you.
I am not whatever it is you think I am.
Here we get a glimpse at the man who's probably the big bad of the picture, Dr. Zander Rice, and he may or may not be the figure we saw in the post-credits scene in X-Men Apocalypse, picking up Logan's DNA and placing it in that briefcase. In the source material, Zander Rice's father worked on the Weapon X program and was actually killed when Wolverine escaped. Zander picked up his father's work hoping to recreate Weapon X. Along with Dr. Sarah Kinney, he succeeded in making a female clone of Wolverine, who he named Laura and pretty much treated like an animal. Now, some of those details might be changed for the film, but he's most likely looking to take back what he feels is his property.
Someone will come along. Someone has come along.
As we hear the back and forth between Logan and Xavier throughout this trailer, we get the sense that Logan will once again become the reluctant hero. However, this story looks to contain some very real and bloody consequences. There's also a few shots here of soldiers surrounding Xavier, with the place looking like it's in the middle of a frickin' earthquake. It's actually somewhat reminiscent of when the Dark Phoenix unleashed her powers in X-Men United, which actually kind of makes sense, as the Professor seems to be losing control in his old age, making him more powerful and more dangerous to those around him.
Feel it.
This action set piece in the forest gives us a tiny taste of the bloodletting we can expect. Trust me, there will be a lot more red stuff to go around in the actual film. This is a fantastic shot that really sums up the adventure we can expect. There's Logan sitting there, just a broken shell of what he once was, and he's looking after what I guess we could consider the only person he could ever really connect with. Someone who's been through what he's been through. You can see her knuckles are painted with blood from a previous encounter, of which she doesn't even care to wipe it off. Watching this trailer, it's clear that Laura doesn't really understand how the world works, and Logan, in teaching Laura about humanity, might just find some for himself.
2 days on the road, only 1 meal and hardly any sleep. She's 11, I'm fucking 90.
The small clip at the end gives us a great bit of levity as we hear Professor X actually drop an F-bomb for once. It's a great way to let the audience know that we're in for something truly different with Logan. And there you have it for the final trailer for Logan. Thank you all for joining us for this breakdown, and let us know in the comments if you picked up on anything that we didn't. Logan hits theaters on March 3rd, so in the meantime, visit us at JoBlo.com for the latest news, reviews, scoops, and more. And until the next trailer breakdown, take care.